pizza, ninjas, and mutated turtles. Three things that really should never go together, and yet somehow they became one of the most beloved franchises of all time. I'm talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Today we're diving into their origins, their rise to pop culture fame, and how four sewer-dwelling brothers became worldwide icons. And while we explore their story, I'll be creating my own artwork of one of the heroes in a half shell. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were born in 1984 thanks to two friends, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, working out of a tiny studio they call Mirage that his uncle gave him the money to start. They came up the idea when Eastman sketched a turtle wearing a ninja mask just as a joke. That doodle became the foundation for a whole new franchise. The first comic was published in black and white, with the turtles carrying katanas, sai, nunchucks, and a bow staff. Unlike the fun-loving turtles we know today, these early versions were much darker. They killed their enemies, and the tone was much more violent and serious. Even the name itself, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was designed to sound over the top and ridiculous. But against all odds, the comic became a hit in the indie scene. In 1987, everything changed. The Turtles went from cult comic book heroes to Saturday morning cartoon stars. The show toned down the violence, gave each turtle a unique colored bandana, and leaned heavily into humor. Leonardo became the disciplined leader in blue. Michelangelo wore orange and loved pizza. Donatello, in purple, became the brains of the team, and Raphael, in red, was the sarcastic hothead. The lighter version exploded in popularity. Along with the cartoon came an avalanche of merchandise. Toys, lunchboxes, costumes, video games, you name it. By the late 80s and early 90s, Turtle Mania has officially taken over. Kids were shouting cowabunga, carrying turtle action figures everywhere, and pretending the sewers were full of ninjas instead of rats. The Turtles kept evolving with each new decade. In the 90s, they hit the big screen with a live-action film that became a massive box office success. It was darker than the cartoon, but still accessible to kids, and it introduced the Turtles to an even bigger audience. The 2003 animated series went back to their comic roots, giving us a grittier version of the Turtles and explaining their mythology. In 2012, Nickelodeon launched a CGI series that blended humor and heart, bringing a whole new generation of fans. The Turtles themselves are, of course, the heart of the franchise. Leonardo represents leadership and responsibility, Michelangelo is the comic relief and the soul of the team, Donatello brings brains and invention, and Raphael, with his temper and toughness, adds conflict and intensity. Guided by their mentor Splinter, the wise mutant rat, they fight against Shredder and his Foot Clan. April O'Neil, their human ally, helps connect them to the outside world, while Casey Jones brings chaotic energy as their vigilante friend. But beyond the fights and catchphrases, TMNT has always been about family, teamwork, and the idea of outsiders finding their place in the world. That's why the Turtles resonate so deeply. They're weird, they don't fit in, but together they find strength. Over the years, the Turtles have left their mark on almost every corner of pop culture. The classic arcade games like Turtles in Time are still loved today. They've had countless toy lines, crossovers with Batman and other franchises, and even a rock concert tour in the early 90s. They're more than just a fad, they're a multi-generation phenomenon. Parents who grew up with the Turtles in the 80s now share them with their kids, and with each new reboot, the Turtles prove that their mix of action, comedy, and heart will never go out of style. From two friends trying to draw something that would make each other laugh, to nearly 40 years of history, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are proof that sometimes the strangest ideas make the biggest impact. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into turtle history, make sure you like, subscribe, and tell me in the comment who your favorite turtle is and what you guys might want to see next.